Good morning, and welcome to the Flow In, Flow Out podcast. My name is Sam Nang. I'm the head coach here at Peak Performance Academy and the host of the Flow In, Flow Out podcast. Very excited. We're into the second season with a few episodes already in. Follow us on YouTube and Spotify. And this podcast that we're recording today, it's gonna be for anybody that's kind of out there kind of struggling on their journey, right, of like developing, growing, right? Because there's times in your life where like you might feel like you're not growing and kind of feels like it sucks, and that's who this episode's for. If you're in a phase of life where like you don't feel like you're making progress in like your relationships, you're not getting the spouse, girlfriend, or the dates, if you're not making the type of money, or you're not shifting into the career that you want, or you're not making progress in like your physical fitness, just anything, right? This episode is going to be called The Art of Manifestation, right? So it's for anybody that uh, wants to kind of kickstart their personal development journey, get some inspiration and some ideas. As always, with the Flow In, Flow Out podcast, I have a community to support it as well too. It's called the Peak Performance Academy. It's hosted on School. Right now, the membership is at a very low price. Um, so go check it out. You can book a discovery call as well too with me as well too, and then see how I can help you. Those are some of the extra ways that we could support you on our end. But I'm excited to get started with this episode. So it's going to be a 4-step process to the art of manifestation, hosted by me. So enjoy this one, and for the first step in the art of manifestation, and it's like a framework, right? And the framework here is that the belief has to start before anything, right? Until you believe that you can actually make a change in your life, it won't happen. And I'm gonna describe this. You guys heard of the placebo effect. If you guys are in personal development, if you're new to personal development, but the placebo effect is basically, I don't know like the exact details, but the summary of the placebo effect is that there was a lab tested, given to like a group of people. One saying, "Hey, take this pill, whatever it is." It was a sugar pill, and it'll cure your ailment, whatever it was. It's like they had a headache. And the other group, they actually gave it, the same, the prescription that actually worked. So what happened is the people that got the placebo actually fixed themselves, or whatever, like cured them, even though it was just a sugar pill. So that's basically what the placebo effect is. I don't know if I described it well, but everybody knows what it is. It's basically that you could actually just trick yourself into believing what you're trying to achieve. And that's really what the biggest challenge is in this first step, is the belief has to start before anything, is because we're so conditioned with environment. Our environment, the first thing that we have to look at is the people that we hang out with, right? You have to really think about what they're consuming, what they're doing, and really analyze and audit that, because that actually plays a really big effect on how you kind of think and believe and see your worldview. Once you pull away from this, and I know it's one of those things, is like you kind of have to do it, but when you're ready to do like deep work, you do have to step away a little bit and do your own thinking, do your own deep work, and create your own belief system. And that has to, you do have to step away from it a little bit, but at the end of the day, you're going to become a better human being, right? You're going to be able to learn how to manifest things, at your will, or whatever you want, and be able to teach this thing to other people. Okay, so the belief has to start first. Whatever you're envisioning, whatever your thought that has ever came in your mind, like when you were dreaming or sleeping, or been inspired by after watching like a movie or talking to somebody and just had those creative ideas, those are like inspirations, right? And that has to be almost like 100% thousand clear that you believe that this is going to happen until it starts to, until you believe it that is going to happen. The framework for the art of manifestation is not going to work, because it just doesn't work without that thought. And part of this podcast is really to inspire you and to say, hey, look, start thinking about those things, because those things, there's a process to manifestation. And if you're in a process of separation, divorce, or trying to level up your life, this is a great strategy, or a great way to make some of your things just happen, right? And I'm sure if a lot of things like you've been wanting to happen just happen, you will probably be a lot more happier than where you're at right now. So if you're in a state where you're not feeling very like high vibrational, very like low vibe, feeling like shit, depressed, like angry and stuff, feeling a little bit more productive and producing and stuff will get your vibrations up too. So the belief has to start before anything. Let's think about that. Let's talk about the conditioning that we've received, going through the system, right? I call it the matrix. Some people get offended when I talk about the matrix, but the matrix just exists, right? You just have to know it exists, right? I have people that are in the matrix. I have people out of the matrix. Uh, I'm breaking free of the matrix. I don't know if I'm in the matrix or out of the matrix, but whatever the fuck I'm doing, I'm trying to get out of the matrix, right? And that's the belief, right? The belief. So what the matrix is our systems that we are built on, and there's no way to blame for it, right? You could get real angry and point fingers that it was the politicians or the these people or the pharmaceutical company or the medical company. You could really push that agenda if you wanted to, but if you really actually just wanted to get the information and use that, the right information is that big corporation systems are meant to like help big groups of people. So you as an individual, like this is art of manifestation, is self-actualization, right? Learning how those systems, the matrices, the systems and those are built, and how you fit in it, right? You don't need to like go protest or anything, right? Sometimes it's a waste of time. Self-actualization is just in the grind, it's in the work. So the belief has to start by anything, understanding where the system is, the matrix and everything, and then who you are in that, and figure out who you want to be by seeking inspiration, by reading books, by watching movies, and really dialing that down. Okay, so that's the first part of the art of manifestation, is that the belief has to start before anything, guys. So for the belief, there's a lot of things that you guys done prior, like you doing vision boards, goals lists, writing those things down. Those are all the fun things, easy, fairly easy thing. Like when you watch a video or a podcast and inspire, you go and or you take like a course, you do it, right? But here's where it gets this is where it shows. This is where like that 99% or that 1% separates from everyone else. It's built right here in this second step. It's called do the work, right? There's nothing fancy about manifestation. The part where you actually do the work is where most of it comes from, right? And we can't deny this, because this is the act of manifestation. The art of manifestation is bringing it to life. But the personal development, okay? The community that we have, Peak Performance Academy, has some resources on journaling, meditating, nutrition, to support, and coaching calls to support as well too, right? So the work where you actually, like, if you take a program, if you take a course, and take like a yoga class, um and like you journal, there has to be some specific intent, right, on what that does. So personal development is basically, how I would describe it, is just like your homework outside of like making money and like family. Is just the work that you have to do on yourself to develop. right? And without us doing this work, we don't have that connection to, our mission, our purpose, and we feel a little empty, not as fulfilled, right? So this has to be done. Um, not to preach more about it and everything, but the number one thing that you could do for manifestation is meditation. Okay, let's talk about meditation, the importance of it. I'm just thinking about it, what it is. Meditation is just thinking about thoughts, slowing down your thoughts, cleaning up your thoughts. It could be anything, right? Meditation could be anything. It could be walking, it could be drawing, it could be writing, it could be journaling, it could be napping, like yoga nidra napping. It could be something that's dedicated to yourself where you could actually just be in solitude and just think, right? We need to actually think. Most of us just go, 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 go without actually taking a moment to be like, hey, why are we working so hard? Why are we stressing out so hard? Is it to enjoy our life, or is it just to be stressed out and just live in this type of life, right? So that's where meditation comes in, and meditation can come in many different forms, but it has to just be designated, dedicated towards you. Can't give it out to anyone, kids, parents, workers, managers. Like, this is a time that's dedicated to you specifically, and it is something that you have to carve out. Most people say they don't have time. If you don't have time, you probably haven't carved enough time to like meditate or spend some time on what you're working on. So this is where the do the work, right? Do the work. A few other things that you can do. Meditation is the number one thing. I've read everything, and for me, meditation, since my manifestation kind of skills just leveled up, that was because my meditation practice leveled up. Plenty of resources on there on the internet about meditation, how it's beneficial. The old OG right here, Siddhartha Gautama, the original Buddha, um, became enlightened and told everybody, and I'm kind of enlightened too. So I want to share what I know. Meditation. People do yoga. Yoga, for me, I do yoga as well too. So yoga is basically like unlocking a lot of some of the chakras, energy fields, energy centers. As Dr. Joe Dispenza says, it's like you're unlocking these areas, and through yoga, like it's a form of spiritual practice that has been practiced in ancient Hinduism. So it's still relevant today. Some people just do it differently. I do it on my own. I do it with my own practice. And the other thing would be journaling. Journaling is by far one of the easiest manifestation things that you could do, because as soon as you think a thought, like a thought comes in your head, right? Say, um, say for me, it's like, dang, I stumbled upon this amazing girl on Facebook that I think is beautiful, whatever, and I think that like I want to date her, right? Boom, write it down, right? That is an act towards something, right? If you wanted to start like your dream career or something, it was like a coaching, uh, whatever, or selling something that you're extremely passionate about, whether it be fitness, clothes, makeup, or anything, right? Um, you journal it, you write it down, right? And it's not that you have to go and do everything immediately. Writing it down is one of the quickest and easiest things. Says, oh, I just got this idea that it'd be amazing to start like a makeup channel on YouTube and sell free products, or be like an affiliate market, or whatever, right? And write it down. And that is a simple act that takes almost like zero effort. If you do it enough, there's like zero effort in it. So for me, it's like the practice of like journaling is very easy. I'll go meditate, I'll write something really quick, so that gives me affirmation that I don't know if the word affirmation is correct, but it is an act towards that. So you're starting one process, taking to the second process, right? And then we're going to talk about the next process. We're going to talk about meditation a little bit. All right, guys. So not the last one, but one really important step is to set an intention and meditate on it, right? When they say meditate, like I said, it could be anything. It could be sit in this position and think about it, or go garden, or go walk, go do something for yourself like gym, but do it enough, long enough, right? Here's the biggest issue is that we don't meditate on it enough, that it causes enough pain for us to take action, right? So part of meditating, right? And it might be very Eastern type thinking for you guys, and it might be very uh, hard to understand this, but pain is inevitable. Inevitable. Pain is inevitable, right? If you don't do anything, right? If you don't do anything towards your career, something's gonna creep up in the back of your mind and tell you like, "Hey, you need to do something." So that pain is coming, whether where you listen to the pain now or listen to the pain later, right? So being aware, meditation, and all this practice will make sure that you understand those pains are actually signals from your body to actually do something. So if you meditate and you spend enough time with yourself, when pains come up, it's actually your body telling you that you need to do something. So when you meditate, you have to set an intention. And an intention means that I intend to go to do something and get a certain result. And here's an example to help you guys understand some of my uh, things that I did when I went to therapy. My intention was, I told my therapist, I do not want to be here spending this much money, this much time uh, talking about, or like, just doing the same shit. And I told her I needed to get out of here, and I ended up staying in there a little bit longer than I needed to. My goal was to stay there for 3 months, and I did 3 months, but I think it was 4 months that I really needed. And I eventually, because I said, look, I need to get out of here. I'm not going to be one of those person that does it year round or like regularly does it. Like, I have a goal, I have things that I need to go do, and I did. I set an intention, and that came out from my meditation. I said I need to set an intention for this, and then it worked. Right, I got out of it, and then I set an intention to work with some advanced level coaching, to do like meta skills, neuro cognition type coaching, and I set an intention, and I got that result because I set that intention. The intention for anything is for you guys, as long it takes you or makes you take action, right? If you meditate, if you do something and something comes and you don't take action, the pain will build up in a way, right? You ignore it, just like everything, it creeps up in other areas of your life. That's the honest truth. Like, when you meditate and you think about it and stuff, the pain, everything that is caused by anything is caused by you, your perception, everything. You have to really believe it. Don't believe that it's the outside world that is causing your pain. It is the inside world that is causing a lot of the pain, right? If you're listening to the inside and of like how you feel and how intuitively you are, it's going to tell you what to do. So set the intention on that. When you meditate, make sure that going into the meditation or whatever you're doing, that practice, right? You set an intention, and when you're done, that worldview, that shift, that idea has to change, right? And it has to um, force you to take action. So that's it. Meditate on that. Okay. And so for the last step, guys, last step. If you guys are struggling, you have an idea, if you're on Instagram, if you're watching somebody that inspires you, if you're reading a book, if you're listening to a podcast, if you like that, if you like what they're saying, right? If it's resonating, if those stories are hitting, in the right spots, if uh whoever you're listening to, your influencer, your mentor, your coach, your podcast host, your um, whoever's inspiring you, right? Reach out to that person. Reach out to that person. even if you're afraid to reach out to that person, you could take some kind of action towards whatever you manifested or whatever you're trying to manifest, right? So if it's starting, like, I've worked with a gentleman that's been trying to start a podcast. Trying, right? Trying is not the same thing as doing. So doing means doing the action, right? If you do the action, right? So take immediate action to affirm, right? When that little action between what your thought was, what you journaled, and what you did, and then that feedback, that's critical feedback, right? Now, that is a system, it's a cycle that you have developed right here into your brain. So now that pathway has been created, right? So you have a neural pathway. So the art of manifestation is creating neural pathways in your brain by doing the belief, by doing the work like the journaling, the meditating, and getting the idea, the shift into the action, and then taking the action toward to affirm it. And then what happens when you affirm it? It gets here in the neurons, and it's programmed into your brain. So the art of manifestation is reprogramming your brain outside of what you believe to be your programming. So we're reprogramming a little bit, well, a lot, as much as you want, right? Because some people could speed up the process, some people don't want to speed up the process. No, some people don't care to manifest their dreams. But this podcast is meant to inspire and meant to show you that there is a real process to it. There's a real science to it. If you need support on it, the best way to take immediate action to affirm anything is to book a call, right? I booked the calls where I've been listening to podcasts or listening to YouTubes, and I was just like, man, I need some of that, in my life. And trust me, I've never never regretted investing in myself. I've invested in myself in so many ways and so many things, from the hours in the gym, right? That's an investment. That's time spent. That's money spent on clothing, food, laundry time, the drive there, right? It's all, there's a cost to everything. So immediate action, right? To affirm it. So I'm gonna leave it there. I like what I said. Hopefully it resonated with you guys. And if you like the art of manifestation, the art of manifestation is bringing what's in the mind to the physical, right? So there's two sides of everything, but I hope this helps, gives you a little piece of the puzzle to help put your dreams, put your personal development ideas and everything together, and so you could start to construct this beautiful masterpiece. I'm your host at Flow In, Flow Out podcast. And remember, this mission of the podcast is to elevate the collective vibrations, and my vibrations are high, and I want to share this podcast and just record it and just be of service to my community members, to my friends and family that has helped me through a lot of all my stuff. And this is for me, it's my service, giving back my dharma, whatever you could say it. But take immediate action to affirm the art of manifestation. The belief has to start before anything. Do the work, personal development, spiritual yoga nidra, journaling, meditate. Make sure take it as long as you take to get action, but take immediate action. That's if you get anything from this podcast, take immediate action, because immediate action will give you that inner peace. And I want to give you guys a little bit of that inner peace. Okay, love you guys and have a beautiful day. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next episode.